it's recession-proof. Sex, gambling, drugs, alcohol. There's things that human nature.
Yes.
It's recession-proof.
Like, I'm pro-legalizing it because it's going to happen no matter what, first off.
Yeah.
So if you can do it and make it safer for the women, I think that's good. And then you also...
I think you're the guy who put me on to the rub and tugs, dude. I got jerked off by so many old Asian ladies. If I just see an old Asian woman, I start to get a chubby.
Before my wife...
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
So happy Pride Month. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
We're here. Happy
lots of
Pride
colors.
Month. Love that. Welcome back to the most mediocre podcast within a 1 to 2 mile radius. Big shout out to the Mag at the Inn for sponsoring this episode. Also, Jake Paul, Prime Energy Drink. Give it to your children. Kids love it. He's also sponsored this episode, so thank you to Jake Paul and the Mag at the Inn. If you guys want to check out a neighborhood bar, go check out the Mag at the Inn in Pasadena. Whether you're 18 or 80, you know, they'll pretty much take you in. And they got shuffleboards, so that's just pretty fun. Like the hand.
I love shuffleboard.
Well, you know, shuffleboard legit is like the...
Oh, yeah, like on the cruise ship, you see that for like old people.
Exactly. I don't know why they don't have a different name for the...
It should have a different name because it's completely different.
They're not even close. And the table one is so fun.
Oh,
I don't know what that is about. It's like...
It's with the sand on there or whatever it is and just glides.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a buddy that has one in his house.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I love that.
He got a custom-made one with his college.
Really?
Like,
you don't see a lot of them anymore.
No, hardly ever.
Like,
I think... There's one bar in Ocean City, I think, still has one.
Yeah.
And it's like a hole-in-the-wall type of bar.
Jailbreak Brewery has one. I forget exactly where it's at, within 20, 30 minutes of here.
And, like, you would think from, like, getting people to be able to play something, it takes up way less space than, like, a pool table or something, too.
Yeah, and bitches are long, though.
They are long.
You do got to
put
slap
them on
it
the
against.
walls.
Exactly. That's how you normally see them, slap them against the wall.
Yeah, put a couple tables there.
Yeah, that's just a blast, though.
It is a lot of fun. And it's just different, too. Maybe that's part of why it is so much fun is because you don't get to play it very often. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
There's definitely, you know, like a supply-demand thing there.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, what are the fucking LOL pops your girlfriend likes? The Hatchimals?
Labubu?
Labubus, yeah. Just like that, supply and demand. You
yeah.
create, you know?
Yeah.
Or essentials, fear of God.
Yes.
Same type deal.
Yep. There's a lot of those, and clout chasers like me go after them
keep
them floating above the board, you know?
Yeah, it's something to do, you know?
I like collecting,
exactly.
and then like
you
that.
Enjoy the shit. It's like
that dopamine hit when you do get one of the rare ones or something,
right.
or like the one that you really like in that set just because like it fits your theme or whatever, and you open it as that one, like,
yeah,
it hits hard.
It must. I mean, it's the same as gambling, you know? It's like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Because people can be down overall, but have a blast gambling and like think that they're, you know, doing well or whatever. So I do think it's interesting how easily places like DraftKings and name another one, FanDuel, all those
are the two big ones.
Yeah, so they'll show you like total put in, total put out. It's interesting how readily that available that is. I thought they would make it a little bit more layered, but they
don't care.
Well, they have faith in the drug.
Yes,
they have faith in their product, bro. Yes. It's literally they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because everyone thinks that they're gonna make money on it. You know,
even after seeing the numbers, and they go, "Okay, well, I'm going to turn it around, though." Or
it's going to work for me.
Yeah, it's interesting that that's the theory.
Yeah, especially for like DraftKings, which is like you can win good money on that, but like makes more sense for the lottery for me because like your chance to like really like give up your life type of money.
Oh yeah,
I can see throwing like the $5 towards that more than a FanDuel or DraftKings.
Yeah, the argument I guess is your chances are less likely, right, for the lottery. But
and with sports, you can have some knowledge which can help your probability.
Can.
Yeah, anything
can hurt
happen.
you because you can get emotional because you know
that,
you know?
Or you could bet money on Aaron Rodgers and he tears his Achilles on the first play of the game.
Right, or
like,
he's like
anything
tripping.
can happen.
Yeah, he did too much ayahuasca the night before and he's still tripping during. Yeah, but they don't hide it. They're just like, here's what you lost, here it is. I knew it was a problem, bro. I knew sports betting was a problem when I had like 9 friends like hit me up talking about like, hey, are you on DraftKings? Use this promo code. Like they'll give us each $50. You know what I mean? Like there's like an initial, bro. So many people. I'm like, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. And someone will be like, hey, bro, what are you doing today? Like you got DraftKings? It's like, what the fuck? Like it felt like they worked for the apps. It was
they gotta get their thing. Well, they get
smart.
addicted real quick.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a first hit of crack.
We have a buddy that is or at least was pretty highly addicted, you know, up all night placing
I don't know
bets
anyone
and
addicted to
stuff.
anything, actually.
You know?
That's weird.
Dude, when they start talking about cornhole and like field hockey, I'm like,
Well, that's
okay,
what
dude, you've gone too far.
this person bets
Yeah,
on
high
ping
school
pong.
You don't even know
basketball
what
and shit.
Chinese
Ping pong?
Chinese ping pong in the middle of the night.
I don't think you have to say Chinese ping pong. I think it's like you just say ping pong and people
They're
know.
the best, but it's played everywhere, but
redundant.
they're the
It's
best.
redundant to be like, yeah, it's like being like, yeah, I have this Jewish account. You don't
But
have
yeah,
to
he's
say.
bet on that before at like 2 a.m. Like that's when I think you might have a problem.
Yeah, it depends, I guess, right? 2 a.m.
Something crazy.
Yeah. See,
If you
look,
are betting right now, best bet in all of those things.
here it is. Pro tip coming from Eddie.
Angel
Say it into
Reese
the
to miss
camera.
her first shot of the game.
Damn, that seems racist. You're not allowed to say
Is
anything
there,
about
is there
her.
a bet
Yeah.
for getting her own rebound?
Probably not because it's like 100%. You know, that's about all she's good for.
Getting her own rebound?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's what the
Yeah,
internet
I don't
keeps
know
saying.
what the actual percentage is, but it's her offensive rebounds is much, much higher than defensive rebounds.
That's not a bad statistic, though, is it?
Well, it is because she misses her own layups.
Oh, I see.
So she misses her layup,
Got
gets
it.
her
I was
rebound,
wondering
misses
what that
her layup.
causation was.
Yes.
That's what I was curious about.
Like there was a play, not that I don't know, last week or something, might be 2 weeks ago by the time you release this, that it was like 3 layups in
About
a
a
row
month-
that
about a month
she
ago.
missed / got blocked and got her own rebound from it.
At least she's following up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna miss it, at least be right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Damn, she's from here. I didn't know she was from
I know.
From
it
where?
sucks. Maryland.
Randallstown.
Yeah, she's from Maryland, right up 795.
Who she play for?
She was LSU.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
She was
That's
LSU.
literally. You want a synopsis of the WNBA? Dude, cut that as a clip.
The Sky.
Who does she play for? What is it? The fucking.
Yeah, dude, we
is
could
it-
say a lot of stuff about her except for the team she plays
Yeah, yeah.
for.
I
Like,
know
what
her
is it, Dallas
college
Cowboys
team.
cheerleader. I
Wait,
don't know.
I know her
listen,
nickname.
she went to
She's
2
the Bayou
colleges. She went
Barbie.
to Maryland and
You know,
LSU. So
Bayou
like, yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah, that's like her nickname.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
Wait,
that.
what is it?
The
Bayou Barbie.
Barbie.
But why Bayou if she's
Because she was from
She
she
did
played
go-
at LSU.
She played at LSU,
Which
but
is
she
Louisiana
also
State
Yes.
University.
yeah, she also played at
what I
Maryland
did
first,
there.
transferred there. So that's interesting though.
Yeah.
She did win there. I guess that matters.
She
Yeah,
won
I mean
what?
that's what
They
got
won
her.
their
Championship or
championship
something.
for
Yeah,
college.
and she was a beast in college, but
I mean, I think she still is.
she's still good, just not quite as dominant.
Well,
Yeah,
There's-
they had a good
you know.
team too. Like
Yeah.
not to take
Yeah.
away from the other girls. Like there was like 3 girls that like got a lot of like
Yeah.
attention from what I remember, but like I don't remember their names.
I can name
remember
you
her
2 WNBA players. It's Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Hey,
Because
Oh.
they started like a Twitter
Yeah.
race war.
Yeah.
Probably also
It's
know-
like it
Dude,
became
you
racial
probably know one
like
more.
that, bro. Huh?
Brittany Griner. You should know.
Oh,
She's
good
still in
call.
that WNBA though.
She is.
probably,
Really? Yep.
Probably.
I thought she was like in a Russian prison for a
No, we traded her for the
And then she
Merchant of
started
Death.
playing again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's playing
Oh
still.
wow. I thought it was like a retired WNBA player.
No, I'm pretty sure she's active. I
Oh,
mean, Mike
wow.
can check it, but
I
I'm
mean,
pretty
Nah,
yeah,
sure.
I mean,
I'm
I
pretty
don't,
sure
I don't
she
even care.
active, yeah.
Honestly, I
But
don't
yeah,
even
those
give
are
a
the
fuck what
3
Brittany
that
Griner's up to, but-
anyone, or not anyone, but most people know.
Yeah, could you
the
name
2
a-
that
could
you
you-
said are the most popular.
Could you name another?
I could not, no.
Mike, could you?
So like I'm gonna say the word Sue Bird, but she's probably a coach. Let me see.
Yeah,
real quick.
she is a coach, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Sue
she's
Bird. You just remember
Or
the
an
name?
older player. I want to say she was a college coach, though, but I'm not positive.
part owner. She played her entire career with the Seattle Storm, so she was.
Seattle Storm does sound like a made up name. Like does sound like lingerie football, doesn't
Oh,
it?
Well,
she
it's
was-
better than the Seahawks, which is just a made up animal. So, like, if you're ever at trivia and they ask you, there's one NFL team that's mascot is not real, and most people think forever, but the answer is a Seahawk, the Seattle Seahawks. There's
Huh.
no such thing as a Seahawk.
Just Landhawks. Just,
Just
Air
Hawks.
Hawks. Okay, just Hawks.
Hawks.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I didn't know. I feel like there's no way. I mean, what's an Oakland Raider? What the fuck's a Raider?
people that raid things.
Okay, sure. A commander, someone who commands things.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
what's a bill?
Buffalo Bills.
What is a bill?
He just said the team name. That's so funny though.
Right, you didn't
What
answer
is
the
it? What is
question.
a bill? He goes Buffalo Bills.
I think a bill is another name for buffalo.
It's not.
It's not. You sure? It's
Yeah.
not a synonym.
There was
Like
a
Bill
guy
and
that was
Bull?
named Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, he was.
That was
he was a cool guy in the Wild West.
Sure, and he like
And he was
wasn't-
also that serial killer.
He wasn't from there or anything, but he lived there for a little while.
You remember Hannibal? It puts the lotion on his skin. That was Buffalo Bill.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's based off of Ed Gein. Ed Gein's
Ed Gaines?
Gein. Gein.
Who's that? A serial killer?
Yeah, he's what Buffalo Bill's based off of.
Huh.
So he liked to skin his victims
Why don't we have
and
a
then make
fucking doc on
furniture
him?
out of them.
Mm.
They're coming out with one. So the popular one on Netflix that did the Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of the one on
Perfect.
Ed Gein, and I forget the actor that they got to play him, but I remember being like, "Oh, that that's a good one, I think, for this character. I went
be good.
through like a serial killer phase when I was in college, watching interviews and stuff like that. They're interesting people.
It's intriguing.
Exactly.
You just can't say it's not.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I went through a lot of them, and Ed Gein was like one of my favorites. I would just, yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Did you
Well,
watch
not really.
Succession?
Succession, the
show?
the media mogul family
Yeah.
one. I watched the first 2 seasons and then I stopped, and I don't know why I stopped. Like, it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was as good as what they make it
loved
out
Yeah.
to be, but it was an okay show.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's up there. It's not gonna be like a Game of Thrones, you know.
The Wire.
Yeah, but like just under that, dude.
Well, right. It's not
Just
top
under
5.
that.
It's a great
like it's
show.
on Shameless's level. Like it's not like top tier, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's not like Weeds. Or
Did you watch his
fucking-
movie Mountainhead?
Weeds was good for the first 3 seasons.
for a little while? And then it
I
got
watched the first
crazy,
season.
dude.
Like the first 3 is good. And
Dude,
then it
she
gets
ends up
crazy.
marrying the
concept.
president of Mexico. Didn't know they had a president. They had a tunnel to Mexico. It was just like the
Way-
most
yeah.
outlandish shit. But honestly, same thing that like Walking Dead and shit did.
I
There was
never
a
did
guy that had a
Walking
pet
Dead.
tiger at a certain point.
Yeah, I did Walking Dead for a few seasons till
I
things
did
got
the-
too outlandish.
I did
cool
the
for a
first
while.
episode 3 times and haven't made it past it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it was great in the beginning.
And like, I like zombie things. I like
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic, anything fantasy. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've watched the first episode 3 times.
That's
and
funny.
can't get by it. I don't know why.
Hey, I don't.
I
it's
can't
fine.
get by anything. I tried to watch that movie Mountainhead, which is the guy who did Succession. I guess the director or something. He did a movie.
Okay, I
called
keep seeing it.
Mountainhead. I tried to watch that, and I just got 33 minutes in, and I'm like, it didn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, at 20 minutes in, I was going, all right, you got about 10 minutes to catch my fucking attention, you know? And it's just like, it's a movie, so it's less than 2 hours.
Yep.
I looked at the time, it's 33 minutes in, nothing has happened. Right, like I get that they're building to something, but I'm just the way my shit works is like, bro, you gotta catch my attention.
Yeah.
And then I put on Chernobyl, the
Oh,
miniseries,
in the first episode,
which I
it's
haven't
like,
seen, but yes, right, immediately,
Oh, you
immediately
haven't
you're
seen that?
enthralled. No,
Oh, you're
no, I've
lucky,
heard it's
dude.
wonderful. Exactly,
Yeah.
I already know.
You're
Yeah.
lucky.
yeah, like
That's-
that first episode gets you.
Yeah, you're
Like,
already
can
in.
only
if you watch
see
the
it
first
once.
one, you're
first
not
10
stopped.
minutes.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes, you're in. You're just like,
I
what the
tried to
fuck?
watch it a second time. It just doesn't do it. It doesn't do.
No,
the
probably because you know a lot of
Well,
it.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
say anything. God damn it.
Well, no, I won't. Just that it's awesome and that.
Yeah.
good for
It's definitely
you.
worth. Yeah, it's worth the watch. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Well, I also
great.
like that it's only 6 episodes. It's not biting off this giant thing, you
Yep.
know?
and that's HBO too, right?
Yeah.
So you know it's gonna be good. HBO, like all their shit's good. Their documentaries.
Yeah, well,
their
HBO
series,
and
it's
Max
just-
are like one thing now or something. I think they combined.
Yeah, probably.
They're like now just Max. It's just like everything.
Dude, they've had so many. It was HBO, HBO Go, HBO Max, HBO.
now
Yeah, there's been a couple. It's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
like Pokemon fucking renditions. It feels like.
Yeah.
There's this movie called Mickey 17. I started and I fell asleep, but like not because it was bad, because I'm an old person now. Did you guys ever see the movie The Parasite? It was like
The
a
Japanese or the Asian.
yeah, it was
Korean
like a
one,
Korean
yeah.
movie. It won like best
I never
picture or whatever.
finished it. I never watched it.
Very good movie too.
I know. I heard.
Dude,
I want
the
to watch it.
Koreans are
Yeah,
They're on their
don't,
shit.
They don't fuck around sometimes. So that's Mickey 17. It's this guy. It's Robert Pattinson basically, and like he's living in. I guess it's the future.
That's the vampire, right?
I
yes.
think he was the vampire.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's Edward.
that's funny.
He's also
Uh,
Batman.
Yeah, he's also Batman. Anyway, basically, he's made invincible, kind of like they scan his body and he becomes an expendable, and so he's like put in situations where he will die, and then they just sort of study it. So like they'll send him to space and like put him in some weird spot where he's like
That's a
super
shitty
just to
existence.
see what the fuck's
So
going
he's
on.
a test dummy.
Basically, and like
Is he
that's
the
what the
17th
movie's
rendition of it?
so Mickey 17 is basically like his name, I guess, is Mickey, and like yeah, so this is the 17th version of him,
It's like WD-40.
and it's where the movie like kind of starts like taking shape, because like he doesn't die, like he goes into the situation where he like supposed to die, and I guess everyone thinks he dies, so they print another one, and so now there's Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, and like so now there's an issue because there can't be two
Because
of
the
these
movie's
fucking
only
people.
named Mickey 17.
Well, it's fucking good point, but
They're
for
like,
whatever
we can't
reason.
have something
Long
separate.
story short, it's getting very interesting. I recommend it mainly because that dude made Parasite, and Parasite fucking rules.
Yeah, I gotta
And is
check
this
out
a series or a
Parasite.
movie?
Movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Parasites too.
Yeah,
HBO.
Parasite's good. I mean, Korean stuff is pretty good stuff.
Yeah, Korean
I mean,
cinema is the
the
shit.
anime that you just finished. That's Korean.
Squid Game.
Solo Leveling.
Solo 11. Yeah, it's actually based off of a manhwa instead of a manga book. And that's why all the names are South Korean names and not Japanese names.
Oh, I couldn't tell you the difference, brother.
But isn't that a banger?
Jim Woo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get into anime, I highly suggest Solo Leveling as your
Solo
start.
Leveling's a tight one.
Yeah.
Solo Leveling's fun. It's like it's almost like, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because he just keeps leveling up.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right, so he must be stopped at some point, and then, well, the spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, I
But,
know all of that
yeah,
happens,
you do.
so I'm not going to say
you
anything.
do. You do. But I'm just saying, yeah, spoiler alert. But yeah, it's just like you just keep getting more badass.
Yes.
So it's just like, oh, this is just fun.
Oh yeah, and every other like the pacing in that anime is phenomenal if you like action because it's like at least every episode or every other episode is a banger fight scene
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
and top notch print, animation, beautiful colors.
Gorgeous.
So highly recommend that. It's
Yeah.
definitely
You don't
it's
fuck
put
with anime
Korean
like that,
stuff.
do you?
On
I
the map
don't
for
fuck
anime.
with series that are like just too long. Like if it takes you 300 episodes to do a series, then like your shit's
Naruto.
too convoluted and it
Yeah.
doesn't make like you need a straighter line.
He needs to get on.
I do movies though, like the Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. It's like
Mhm.
Japanese Disney is what it's been told
Yep.
to me. Those movies are fucking cool, and they go from like weird fantasy to like there's like a World War II movie. Grave
Yeah,
of the
that's what's
Fireflies,
interesting
that's
about
supposed
it.
to be
that
like
it varies.
heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I used to
there's
think
a
anime was
ton.
like one thing.
There's
I used
so
to think
many
anime was
genres.
just one thing, you know? And then I found out that, yeah, it's like
It's-
you
yeah.
can, what do you want?
Yeah, I
'Cause-
watch it every single night before bed. That's like my go to bed thing for I don't know an hour and a half ish. Different animes every night,
Mm.
and so many new ones come out that like I stay pretty
Do you
up.
use
up to-
Crunchyroll?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah, I
that's
pay for
where you're watching
Crunchyroll.
them?
Yes, and for me, like it's totally worth it. I watch that more than any other subscription
yeah,
that
yeah. See, I'm not that
have.
heavy into it yet, but
you will.
It's fun.
I don't know though. How much is it a month?
I don't even know. Probably $10.99 would be my guess for the
And, like-
premium. No commercial stuff.
I was exaggerating with 300 episodes a season, but like, what is it like? What's an average for like a show?
An average for a show is probably between 24 to 50.
250. Holy fuck. Okay.
But they're 22-minute episodes too. They're
How
not
long
42.
does it take you to get through a show?
So
More
it
than a month?
depends. Like, so I just finished Full Metal Alchemist, and it's 64 episodes.
Did
And
you love it?
Nope.
it wasn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
So it was one of my favorites growing up. It was an older one.
Oh, wait, so, okay.
So I was rewatching it for the fourth time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I rewatched a lot. I've watched Naruto 6 times, and that's
yeah,
860
take-
some
yeah,
episodes.
6 lifetimes.
You listen
so
to the
like,
same Christmas songs every year. Just
Yeah.
saying.
So like Full
I don't
Metal,
know.
it just I don't think like I used to think it was one of the best, like top 5. And a lot of places and people still think that, but like I don't think it keeps up with today's anime for what I'm interested in, which
Yeah.
is more fighting and action.
But did
and
they not grow with the genre? Because they must have been continuously putting
they
them
were
out.
so that one like it's less emphasis on fight scenes and more on character development,
Mhm.
story depth.
Coming of age story.
Kind of, yeah. And the guy saves his brother. You
Yeah.
know, that's the whole thing is it's him and his brother loses his body, so they're trying to get his body back.
Classic.
Kind of, it's weird, but
Yeah.
I just don't think it held up. So like, I wouldn't say that it's great. It's still a good one.
So what makes
But it only
something an
took me
anime then?
3
If,
weeks.
if there can be like Japanese, I thought it was Japanese specific. So you can have Korean anime,
So
or it's just not necessarily called
anime is
anime.
really just
Anything
the
animated?
genre. No, it's not anything animated because like cartoons are different. The main difference between like cartoon and anime are like anime you get a lot of freeze frame. So like you'll just see like the face with the lips moving for 30 seconds and then it's like action
Right.
and then another like still frame versus like American cartoons is continuous all the way through. You don't really get still frames.
But I'm saying though, is like over in Japan or Korea, are all their cartoons anime style, or do they have regular not regular, but
They have-
American style like cartoons?
they have both styles in
Okay.
both places. Yeah.
So they recognize one is not like their regular shit. Like their
Correct.
anime is still their anime.
Yes.
Got it.
And in Japan, like it's like how we watch sitcoms. So like families sit down and watch anime because there are so many of them. There's cooking
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
there's dramas. So like it's almost like a sitcom level over there in Japan.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
a-
versus
like a
here it's
anime
more of like it's a
Seinfeld.
kid thing here, and like a lot of animes aren't even like kid shows. You
Yeah,
know, like
no,
there's
I don't
some
think it's a kid thing here. I
deep
think it's
lessons.
yeah,
deep
well, I think what it
lines.
is people look at animated anything and think of children.
Yeah.
You know, is that's what happened to me. I mean, I didn't want to watch it for a while because I'm over cartoons.
Yep.
You know, we're past that. But you got things like Rick and Morty and
Oh yeah,
South
Family
Park
Guy,
and
South
Family
Park.
Guy. Yeah, there's stuff that's pushing the boundaries, and almost like you can push them more with the animated. If you know what you're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I think are their names. They're like, they're epic at that. Then being able to push that line
Yep.
at all times quickly. Let me see here. What do we got up here? Claude, you know about the AI? Claude that was like trying to blackmail its engineers.
No.
No, I have not heard.
So Claude is like one of these newer AI models. I think it's like top 10 in power. And they just are about to release this or they're slowly rolling out their newest version of it. And they said that it was like there was been more deception, intentional deception detected in this one. And they had to put out extra safety measures for it. Basically, they gave this Claude thing access to fake emails about the engineer, right? That said he was having an affair. Just access to them. Didn't say to go through them, but just access to them. And then when they told Claude they were going to have to shut Claude down, Claude tried to blackmail the engineer.
That's awesome.
Isn't that good?
I mean, it's scary, but it's awesome.
Isn't that good? So that's fun. And then also that same one is responsible for writing worms into when they said they were going to have to boot it down and then put a new one in, it would try to hide these notes for the new system to undermine what the engineers wanted. Which is just great.
Yeah,
it's just out of
at
a
what
movie.
level do we
literally.
call it Sentinel?
Huh?
At what level do we call it Sentinel?
Sentient?
Sentient, Sentinel.
Is Sentinel the same thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't even know
Sentinel
what Sentinel is.
being. Sentient being. I think it's the same thing. I might be wrong, but
Well,
It's the same thing.
yeah, it can
You
be
knew
the
what I
same.
meant.
I mean, right. Well, that's the thing. The thing about it getting caught leaving the lines of code, I'm like, you don't think it knows?
exactly.
It's it's going to see where we're going to catch it. It's that's the whole thing. I think it's already here. I think it's already once it becomes here, I don't think it's going to make us aware of it.
No.
It's going to do everything it can to not make us aware of
Yeah.
it. So I'm like, oh, it's here.
Just like the aliens.
Yeah.
They try to make sure that we don't know about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the chances of us being alive for the first time there's ever been something more intelligent than human beings,
0%.
Huh?
0%.
It's very, very slim. Looking at the timeline of the Earth's existence and the universe's existence, the fact that we're here right now, while we've created something that is going to surpassed us intellectually, is pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
And it makes me think that there's just an infinite loop or something. Or that nothing before us is real, or nothing after us, or the simulation is just maybe playing to see how we got where we got.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
It is. It is.
I mean, it's good. It's just it knows every single thing. It's not only does it see those emails, it knows the article. I read an article about that. Right. Obviously, I didn't know that myself. So, but that article I read, you don't think that it knows that article? It consumes everything,
Yep.
and then once it taps into every Ring camera and every phone camera and every laptop camera and every TV and every smart everything. It's they say that could be the singularity, right?
Oh, yeah.
When AI can see and view
everything.
every single thing at once, it's
Yep.
like singularity.
Yeah.
And who knows that we haven't already just been there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the last I saw from scientists was 2035 is what they think.
Yeah, I
The
see that.
singularity.
Yeah,
will
yeah,
happen.
yeah. I saw, but no one even knows what that looks like or means.
No.
Yeah.
No. And like you said, we could already have it and the government's hiding it, or
yeah.
there's a lot of possibilities. And I don't trust our government to give us anything that's going to make our lives any better. So,
I don't trust any government.
no.
Yeah,
It's like religion.
nothing against ours specifically.
Yeah, they're all horrible. All of them.
Yeah, well, they all have something to gain, right? It's they profit from power.
That, and it's all run by individuals, and we're corrupt by power too. So,
Yeah, human beings are human beings everywhere you look.
yeah.
Tragic.
Yep. I see on the board you have animal or person.
Oh, yeah,
Since
this
we're
is
talking
just like
about
a-
people.
Something fun and wholesome. I was just curious. Do you think it's more fucked up to fuck an animal, right? Or a dead person?
The
A live animal or a dead person?
More fucked up.
Yeah.
For who?
I think it's
For
more
the person fucking.
I think it's more fucked up to do the live animal
Mm. So you'd rather fuck a corpse than
than
like
the
a
animal.
hot ass fox or
Infinitely.
something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
would.
Why was that
Especially
so
if
easy?
the corpse could still be warm.
For that reason alone? No, I'm just kidding.
You know,
But
last
seriously,
time
it's
you were
dead.
talking about- Yeah.
Like, same reason
It's a
why
victimless
it's
crime.
If I die, Like, obviously, donate my body if you can get like.
You're saying we can fuck it before we donate it?
You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I don't give a
He's
fuck.
gone.
We can fuck your dead body.
You can do whatever you
Can
want.
you write that into your will?
Yeah, because there is a law
I don't have a
against.
will, but yeah.
You should have
I'm
one.
happy to
Decimating-
have like throw me in
desecrating
the
a-
fucking trash, dude. If my organs
We're
are
not
good,
throwing you. We're fucking you. We already talked about
but
this.
we're just saying, like,
No, we are just saying.
The only
Why would I
thing-
put you in the trash? I don't
the
want you
only
smelling
thing
bad.
I do care about. Don't fucking bury me. We're not doing this shit anymore.
Okay.
We
No
need to put a stop
burying.
to burying people. It's fucking stupid.
Biederman sent me something the other
Fucking
day that
stupid.
it was like a TikTok shocker, but it
Burn
was
me.
like,
Ferment or the.
well,
The firmament, yeah.
well, basically just the the cemetery thing is like you've never seen a cemetery being built, and then there's someone breaking down the numbers, and they're like, this many people die a year. There's this many cremated, so this many buried. This is how many square footage a buried body takes. Therefore, and it basically doesn't. The math don't math.
Right. It can't math because people are gonna keep dying. Space is gonna keep opening up. Like I get like at a certain point, if you're telling me, and I don't know the rules of this, but if you can tell me the last person that died in a cemetery was 100 years ago, and we're just gonna say, okay, we're gonna reset, kinda, fine. Then, but
I'm pretty sure back
I don't
in the
think
day
that's
they
how
probably
it works
would
though. I just don't
bury
think that's how it
kind
works.
of on stacks too, more so than all spread out.
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah. Well, I do think that eventually we would run out, but the argument is, that they don't even. They're just like
Too far apart.
People
Yeah.
are worth a plot of land forever. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. You could have invented sanitation. You just no one deserves it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
why last time I was here, I told you I want a
Sterilization is what I meant to
mausoleum
say.
for my family.
not for your corpse.
You know,
sanitation is
that way
still-
we can have just like a 12 by 12 square. and
Yeah,
build,
for a
build me a
while.
mausoleum.
For a
and then-
while, on a long enough
which is
timeline.
also crazy.
On a
And-
long enough timeline, it's all
They're
going to be
cool.
dust
If you say so.
for a little while
If you say
until it
so.
all turns to dust.
Yeah.
You know, everything you've ever done.
It's
and
like when you
everyone you've
see
ever
a guy
loved.
with a huge truck and you're just like douchebag. Like mausoleum is kind of like douchebag for the afterlife.
Yeah, I like it. I want
Hey
one.
man, you got a big truck, you got a big truck.
You gotta have goals in life.
They're hard to
Mike,
part.
see, you know.
I got goals.
One of my goals is mausoleum.
All right,
Hey, you
all
got
right.
that seems like an afterlife.
That's
goal.
a gettable goal too. So
It is
like,
gettable.
you're-
I've seen some pretty cool ones.
I don't know what they go for a mausoleum.
I don't know. Just a casket's anywhere from like $5,000 to $15,000. So
Which
I can
again,
only
Not a
imagine.
scam. Not a
already
scam.
crazy.
Could-
It's
be-
totally.
Could be a scam.
Already crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, what do you mean? A lot of craftsmanship goes into that. Like, have you seen the finish on those things?
Yeah, just
Why
to
are we
bury
finishing
them
them?
forever. Yeah.
Why are we doing?
Yep.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
That's why
I'm
my
sorry.
dad's always told me, just put me in a 1-in-1. I'm not gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
Don't put me in
Don't
anything.
spend
Throw my body in the
$15,000.
hole so it can biodegrade as quickly as possible. Why are we like is someone? Are you gonna bury me up? Did I? Unless
I'm gonna
I
burn
died
you,
of
and then we'll spread your ashes at like a shit plant or something.
Or we can
so
smoke
you
'em.
can be in hell.
if you've
forever.
died
We'll
in
burn 'em,
mysterious
like, how high?
circumstances and there's a chance your case could get opened back up, that's like the only time you should be buried.
We smoke Mike's ashes and Mike the ghost disappears to us. He's like, the afterlife sucks. They're fucking everyone's fucking gay there. Shit's fake as fuck. These guys suck.
All I'm saying is if there's like 7 layers of hell, I'm hoping I'm closer to like
I
you
thought it was
know,
9 layers.
whatever.
It depends on your source.
I don't read a
It
lot.
depends on your source.
pretty sure it's
I don't
nine-
read a
nine
lot.
levels.
With Dante's,
Dante's Inferno.
is it
Someone
9?
called. Can you call Dante?
Dante's Inferno.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure it's 9 levels because the last
Yeah,
level
look
is
that up.
9.
I'm curious. I thought it was seven layers of hell as well. Something about
Because I think the 9th layers for suicide, which I always thought was kind of funny.
Well, it could have been amended. You know, Dante may have wrote it as 7, but like Dante's second removed kid might have been like, nah, dude, it's 9, and like amended the shit.
Yeah.
You got the name.
See, I'm gonna feel like a pussy because I would want like a chaser. So then I will drink it, but I'm just gonna have to like.
Dude, you're
a
not
little
supposed.
sick.
It's just remind him how much it costs. That's
You know how much it costs?
He told me $250 for the bottle.
Cost me 0.
Yes, dude. Like, I want to like. We gotta talk
For
about the crap a
$250,
second.
honestly, I would not buy it again.
For
Versus, I did just buy a pretty nice bottle of whiskey that was
Like
pretty
Vanna
expensive,
White.
and I will be buying that one again.
With the hibiki.
Yeah, it's their 12-year-old single malt.
oh,
It's
dude.
Japanese whiskey.
Japanese from Centauri, which is their oldest distillery, 1923, I
Real
believe.
quick though, it is 9.
9 layers.
9 circles
Is the
of
last
hell.
level for
circles,
suicide?
circles, okay.
Oh man, I'm on Wikipedia. I don't know if that's gonna
man.
be on
'Cause
here.
I want to say it's suicide.
Yeah,
And I
it
always
goes,
thought
it
that
goes
was
what?
funny.
It goes like gay, trans,
Yeah. I think the
people
first-
who could take their
I
own
think the
lives.
first level's treachery.
bestiality,
redheaded.
Yeah, right. Redheads are immediate hell. Right. Who else?
That was fun.
Yeah, I was like suicide being like the worst sin, just because like, yes,
I'm pro
like
suicide.
super Christians. Well, like, why does bad things happen if God's around? And their answer is always like free will. You know, God gave us free will, and because of that, some people might be murderers or whatever. Okay, well, if He gave us free will, then why is if we take our own life the biggest sin in the book? Isn't that the ultimate expression of free will?
If we want to talk about Christian contradictions, we could be here for 14 hours, bro.
Christian contradictions, political contradictions.
Yeah, well, you know, to be human is to be a hypocrite, you know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to judge it, but
it's still fun too.
Yeah, and for $250, you too could have your own bottle of dip spit.
Yeah,
you too could have your own bottle of Copenhagen
tastes
dip spit.
More tobacco-y than I would like.
It's surprisingly tobacco-y.
It really is.
Like,
and as like for listeners that are like, what's tobacco-y flavor? It is tobacco.
I'm telling you, even if you wouldn't know what that is, as soon as you taste that after having heard that, you'll go, oh yeah, this clearly came out of a biker's mouth.
I was gonna say like Cletus on the farm, like just after like, you know, just taking the biggest
dip
tobacco
spit.
spit. Yeah, dude. And
Yeah.
then he put his lips all
Big
over
old
that.
fat.
Yeah, I'm
fucking...
thinking more like a Motel 6, and I lick the ashtray that's on the
Ooh.
nightstand.
Was there a cigarette in that bottle?
like
So
the
I
whole
season my
time,
whiskey.
dude, we get to the bottom of it. There's a Newport 100 burnt down.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love me a
Just
Newport
like the
100.
bottom
I
of a
don't do
mezcal or
Newports.
whatever.
Terrible.
Yeah. You know, the menthol, I assume, for you? Or
Yeah, if you're gonna smoke non-menthol Newports, don't smoke Newports, right?
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
going to fucking
It does seem like menthol
McDonald's
Newports
and grabbing a
follow to a
salad.
certain demographic as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's a really fucking fun point. Like
What?
the
The
Newport is the menthol cigarette. Like to
Yeah,
go
bro, it's-
for that brand and not be into like the menthol.
Just go cowboy killer. Go fucking
something,
yeah.
something weird.
yeah,
Something strange.
yeah. Don't add up.
Yeah,
The math
I
ain't
mean, I
math.
smoke, but I'm happy with anything other than menthol.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to smoke menthols. I don't like it, and I'm kind of against it in principle.
Because of the demographic thing.
Yeah, no. I just think if you're gonna smoke tobacco, you should enjoy the flavor of tobacco, not be trying to cover up with mint. If you want to cover up with mint, go eat a
Interesting.
fucking spearmint piece of
See,
candy or
okay,
gum.
okay, here's the thing. Here, hold on, let me take this.
Please.
That's like saying, okay, then take all your tobacco spit out of here and just drink grain alcohol. If you want to enjoy alcohol, quit trying to hide it with all these beautiful flavors.
The other argument I've heard that's similar that is really good is coffee. Most people don't drink their coffee just plain black.
Oh yeah,
So, like, why are you drinking coffee if you don't?
yeah.
But my answer to that is I want the caffeine, and coffee gives you a nice dose of caffeine.
It
which
is a trap though. Where do you get your coffee?
uh,
Do you
so-
make it at the house?
Yeah, I have an espresso
Okay,
maker.
smart.
Like a nice espresso maker.
It's smart
so
to
we
do
get
it. It is
fresh-
worth the
What
investment.
TikTok channel do you buy from?
I did research on a bunch
I'm
of
just
them and bought
kidding.
mine.
Yeah,
And it's definitely so.
it's a
for what
scam
I
to go buy it every
cost-
day.
Versus what I would pay to hit the human being and get my latte or my cappuccino, it's already paid for itself almost twice as much.
Yeah, yeah. They add up, man. I'll go to fucking Human Being. It's $7-8, you know,
Exactly.
for a drink, and it's
Yep.
like, all right, this tastes good, but
And I can make that same flavor at my house. 'Cause mine's
Yeah.
got the steam frother and everything
yeah,
for
nah,
the creamer and
it's
stuff.
just too much, man.
Yeah. So like I said, it was, it cost $900 to buy. So that's a hefty price to put up front.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
don't
when
have
you're talking
$900.
almost $5 a day for a fancy coffee, you make up that $900 in less than a year.
Yeah,
And from that point on, you're good to go. So like I
what's
would
the brand?
Mine is a Breville. It's called the Breville
Okay, see, I've heard of
Express
that.
Impress.
See, I've heard of that. Now,
it's got
you've
the-
probably never cleaned it once, right?
No, my amazing wife
Ah.
cleans it when the red light comes on to clean it. I've never had.
She's gonna
she
listen to
does.
this, I guess.
I
That's
don't
how you
know.
give her credit there.
I had to. She's pretty awesome.
Well, actually, she, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I was being honest because I've never cleaned it myself. She's done it every time that it's.
Yeah, well, that's the
red light
thing
comes
about
on.
any machine like the Keurigs and the fucking. I mean, even water machine.
Yeah.
We have.
Well, even just simple maintenance, your refrigerator.
Oh,
when
exactly.
something comes
Mike's
up,
talked about that before. He
your
hates
air
that.
ducts doing your air filters every 3 months.
Mike
Like
said he hates
there's a
going
bunch
somewhere.
of that.
Someone offers him a cup of water and they haven't changed the filter ever in their life.
Wow.
When Mike was hanging out at my house a lot and eventually got tired of my refrigerator filter stuff being not
Did he
replaced.
swap it?
No, he wrote down on the napkin the exact part number and where
Oh,
to
that was
get
nice.
it.
Very
and all
helpful.
that.
I
Yeah.
know. I will. Nothing happened.
That is true.
I did all of the work,
You did
so
what
that
you
it
could
was
do.
just like as simple as it could be, but nothing. It's fine.
But nothing happened. I'm
Dude,
just gonna
it's
wait
fine.
till
It
I
was
sell my house.
toxic.
I'm
You
hoping
could tell.
Oh yeah, when you can smell the ice.
the ice doesn't smell anymore, so I guess that
Well,
fixed
yeah,
itself.
yeah. I'm sure like something happened. Maybe.
I think my wife did change the filter on that
I
one.
bet.
At least one. Yeah, because she drinks her
If you
water
had a
out of that.
kid
I
that
drink
you're
mine right out of
putting,
the
like-
sink faucet.
Yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
I was
You
drinking
want
it out of the
fluoride.
hose as
You're
a
trying
kid.
to calcify that third eye.
As soon as you
Dude, I was
push the
talking,
water,
telling Caroline about that this week because where her parents live, it's where Curtis Beach's sign is, like down
Okay.
for Smallwood.
Yep.
But across from that, there's a gated house back there, and on the metal gate that opens is 2 pine cones. She's like, that's a weird decoration to have. So I had the whole pineal gland as a pie cone and symbology conversation with her. And
You
I
said,
think she thinks I'm
"Actually."
crazier now than I was a week ago. But
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. Sometimes I'll be like mid rant and then catch like the person who I'm supposed to be
And they're
talking
just
to.
like-
Yeah. They have a look on their face where I'm like, oh shit, I need to
Shit,
reel this back.
I went a little too far.
They're like, we're at Starbucks.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
were
the
starting to
pineal
sh-
gland.
you were starting to take
Actually,
your mask
the
off.
ancient Egyptians. I'm like talking with my hands in their face and shit. People are behind
You're
me.
taking
Like,
off your fake mask and showing
Yeah.
them the real you, and it's just
Mhm.
like,
it can be a little jarring.
reel that back in.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta reel it in.
Yep,
You know, just not be dude.
just about like I love Jesus or something.
Yeah.
Shock them again.
Just go from pineal gland to they'll be like, they'll call someone for me.
Yeah.
Like, someone needs to come get this guy.
There are a lot of not pineal gland things, but Jesus and mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
They
I like
need a
those guys.
mascaria.
I'm gonna need a mascara.
Mascaria or something.
hey, you're
Oh,
a golf guy, right?
For fun. I
Oh,
don't take
okay.
it too
You're not too
serious.
serious. That's good. That's good.
I play for fun. But I
So,
know how.
There's a kid from Catonsville, 31-year-old
I saw
guy, Nick.
he actually
Barrett.
today made the pro league.
He got disqualified at the U.S. Open.
What?
So apparently, like he.
Because he shot a 63 yesterday. I was reading.
Is that good?
Oh, okay,
Phenomenal.
maybe
It
that's
would've
what it
made
was.
him made the
So
pro
he,
league.
he posted a 73 in the first round at the Woodmont County Club or whatever in his final stage of the 36-hole qualifying, whatever. But then he forgot to sign his scorecard in the allotted time, and basically he got disqualified for it. And so basically, like I guess you mark your own like score down as you go, and then you sign it and like turn it in. So apparently, like he was like having a hot dog, and like. Yeah, after,
Well, all right. You know what? He should be disqualified,
Dog,
bro.
listen,
We're not doing this no
I mean,
more.
the
hot
end of the day-
dogs are okay on golf courses.
It
Like
depends
I'm,
where you're at. Yeah.
I'm
Set
so,
and
like,
setting.
there's a joke
yes.
about like
It's like
not
mushroom.
putting your
Camping
name on your
and on
paper.
a golf course
That's
or at a
kinda
ballpark.
Because he
Yeah.
just didn't put his name, and he also didn't turn it in, so it's kind of a two.
I didn't turn it in.
That's what it's-
That's
yeah,
serious.
Yeah, so
Although, like, for him not being a pro, they probably should have like kind of
Helped him out a bit.
you know.
if everyone is it like
And he's from Catonsville, so I mean, come on, he's
photograph
probably-
like is
UPS
everyone
workers.
watching these like people like qualify or whatever? Like people are watching this happen, right? It's not like just like
not like a real event. No, there's
Right.
probably like family and friends that are there to
Okay,
watch
okay.
you.
well, there must be one other person because they can't be just taking all golfers.
Yeah, I'm sure his dad was there
'cause
watching.
you
him.
are scoring your own card, and then you turn your own card, and someone else has to verify, right? Because
Yes.
otherwise, we would
Honor
just have
system.
liars.
Well, you
Yeah.
always go out like in at least the pro league. They do 2 people at a time, so that way there is someone kind of another competitor that's there to check you.
So
but-
I just need this one person to corroborate my story, and I'm good.
yeah, I mean in the pro
One
leagues,
alibi.
in the pro leagues they do have like people watching all the other stuff too, because there's a lot of random rules that
It's a
you would never
surveillance
know in
state.
golf.
They're always
Yeah.
At the end of
watching.
the day, Nick, you're an idiot for not signing your card and turning it in. Because, like, what the fuck? But also, like, shouldn't there have been people around him that were like,
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
this
They
is the
should give him-
protocol.
Yeah.
You shoot your
Kinda
shot.
walk him
you
there
turn in your
a
fucking
bit.
It's an
card.
amateur.
It's not like helping him golf.
This guy's having
It's
hot
not.
dogs.
It would be different if you were like use a different club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a different type of help.
And
You're
he's-
just helping him with the fucking process of
Right.
turning it in.
And he's
I could
just an
see if it
amateur.
was like giving him tips. Exactly.
But also, at the end of the day, if someone else has to verify he's doing it, like, and this is like an official person, can't we just like be like,
Do it
hey,
for him?
hey, dude, well, just like, okay, he fucked up. He's not a pro.
yeah.
You,
have some
but this
play.
guy who's official saw it. Can't his word mean something at a certain point? Because like, that's all it is. Like we're taking the golfer's word that he wrote the score right, someone else. I'm assuming. I'm making this up.
Well, they have caddies. So the
Sure,
caddy,
but like,
it could be independent. The caddy could be
I heard
paid
they
by
make
the
some.
league.
I heard they
to
can make some
watch
good
them.
money. Them caddies.
well, yeah,
I'm
because them
sure,
golfers are
but,
making
like,
some good money.
An average golf course, I think, is 6,600 feet.
What does that mean?
From tee to hole is like the average. So if you're gonna be
Wait,
a caddy and you're walking with a bag on your back,
The average of all the holes?
yeah, like
Okay.
18 holes for your course.
Right.
Well, the whole thing's
And
supported
that's
by male
straight
ego.
line, so, like, that
like
doesn't
big
even-
tips. is a
Everything's
huge,
supported by male ego.
huge
Welcome to the
thing, dude.
patriarchy, brother.
Dude, but I'm saying when you got all males, you're gonna tip huge there because you're in front of all your boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, if
you're
it's
not
a-
gonna be the smallest tipper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, if you're an
yeah.
executive or anything like that, yeah, dude. I would definitely. I think you get the biggest tips at a golf, like waitress, golf fucking course, anything. But I mean, they do have the, like
Especially
the
the
lady
country
on the
clubs.
golf cart that's
That-
like doing alcohol.
That
yeah,
bitch-
the
that
cart
girl's-
girl.
Bro,
She
now
cleans up,
listen,
I
I was
bet.
about to say
I
for the
bet.
same reason you just said, right?
yeah.
Especially,
And then they're half-
especially on like the back nine when you're
Bro,
already.
I was about to say they're half lit.
That's a good
Dude, they're
point.
half
Good
lit.
point.
It's 10:30 in the morning. Okay,
She's probably signing the tips
these
for 'em.
guys are 10, 11 beers deep.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah, they're
she
like
comes
getting
around,
one
they light
can
the
and
fuck
they're
up.
giving her like a $50 bill.
Literally,
Oh, you keep the
dude,
change.
They make a killing, and it's not widely known about or sought after,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because people just want to do the bartender thing or this thing. It's like, dude, they're making like stripper money.
Yeah.
They're making good
Dude, that's a
fucking
and
money.
they're
really good point.
outside
Yup, they really
riding
are.
on a cart.
I was about to
in
say,
the
you're
nice
outside, it's
air.
beautiful. You get to wear the little cute fucking, you know, the
Outfit,
little
yeah.
hot golf
you have
outfits.
to wear that.
Right.
It's
Yeah, you have- that's why you get the
uniform.
tips.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
smart-
a beautiful
smart
day.
money.
You just get to just ride around.
Smart money.
Yep. We don't get that as men. You know, you don't ever see golf guys. It's always
Yeah.
golf girls.
No, you don't. But like, there's the okay. Here's the trade off, and it's dumb as fuck, and you have to be like lucky and a child. The ball boy, maybe at a baseball
Oh,
game.
yeah.
You know, there's no ball girl.
I was just thinking,
Well, that might
what
just
if-
be
what if-
named. They
what if-
probably do have girls.
You
what
probably
if-
do have. Yeah.
What
good
if it was a
point. Dude,
golf cart girl, right? And they came around, but it's just like a flamboyantly gay guy, right? For Pride Month. Just imagine comparing tips. Like literally, just like not telling anyone a thing
Yeah.
and just comparing the amount of money at the end of the week. It would be blatant.
End
Oh,
of the
easily.
day,
It would be blatant.
I feel like
easy.
the real mark of like someone who's made it is someone who's able to like not tip when they know they could and just like not give a fuck
I love
about
how
it.
Mike's mark of success is to not tip.
That's
You know
not
you've
what I'm
made it.
saying.
You know you've made it when you don't give these peasants a crumb of
That's
what
what
you've
I'm saying,
amassed.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
He needs
I
to go to
mean-
Europe where tipping's
Is
not
that what
normal.
I'm saying? When they came to clean my chimney the other day, bro, they came to clean my chimney, right? And
What year is it?
for real, Mary Poppins and the gang came over to clean my chimney. It's like a euphemism. The guy from Grindr came over to clean my chimney out.
Honestly, it makes
Yeah.
more sense for the. Anyway.
So look, so this guy's back there like looking from inside because I have an oil burning furnace for my heat, and he's back there and he said, "Hey, can you come back here?" And I walk back there and he's got his flashlight. He's like, he looks at me dead serious. He's like, "You don't run this, do you?" I'm like, "It's my only HVAC, right?" I'm like, "Run what?" And he's like, the heat pump. I'm like, "Yeah, bro." And he's like, "You can't use this." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Look in here." And I look in there and it's just rubble. It's like it is collapsed inside. So I need a new liner, right? It's like about $4,000. It's just so fun how they're like, "Hey, happy Tuesday. It's gonna be about $4,000." And I'm just like, I'd rather die from the carbon monoxide than pay you motherfuckers
I've lived here for how many
$4,000.
years? I haven't died.
Exactly. Well, that's my thing. He's like, "You got carbon monoxide detectors?" And I'm like, "No." And then it's like, all right, I guess
I
need
have been
some.
getting really good sleep lately.
Yeah, I've noticed I've been a little high for the past 3 weeks. I mean, luckily now it's hot, so we're using the AC.
Yes.
But
Listen.
it seems like I'm going to need to ditch out 4 racks before next winter. If anybody out there does chimney liners, holler at your boy. You smoke DMT?
No, I haven't. I want to.
One day.
I'm-
That's the
I'm
best trip you
100%.
can take. Best bang for your buck.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'd like to do it.
Let's just do
Uh,
it. Fuck it. Let's suck on that finger, God. You give a shit.
I'll do it right now.
We got 15 minutes.
You
Yeah,
know,
we're
I got a
gonna
while
run it.
before I got to go home and play dad, so
Yeah.
I can do it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe be an alien when I go home, but
Nah.
Yeah, it'd be fine,
Only the last
probably.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
man.
from what I've read.
it could mind break me.
I mean, it's rare,
Yeah, possibly,
apparently.
but fuck it. You're
gotta
willing to
risk it,
take
right?
the risk?
Risk it to get
It's
the
on
biscuit.
you want
camera.
the biscuit.
It's on camera.
if you
Go
want
get
the
it.
biscuit, I don't have it. Shit.
Jeez.
And here's the thing: if I did have it, it's like I feel like I'd have to wait till I felt called to do it, only because
I would
I
like
had
to
You're
such
the
a-
chaperone. You're not doing it.
I know, but even
That's what-
as the chaperone,
Yeah, the shaman.
Chaperone,
yeah,
dog.
yeah, it's like
That's right. I want to do it camping one time.
To open
when
that
we go
realm.
camping, sitting out in the woods, air, sun, kind of getting on you, like where you already feel nice.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Do it
I
then.
agree, but I also now have questions. Like, when I do it, does it do anything weird? Like release like dopamines or anything weird? Like, can I
I'm
do
sure.
it?
everything about it's weird.
Can
I
I
don't know what
do-
your question is.
Can I do it and then I do other drugs without any like?
Yeah.
Or is it gonna be like gonna take away from the other drugs? Because
No.
it's like every day I want to be able to do drugs, but not have the drugs like fuck with each other too much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like you can't take a
it's
bunch
not
of
gonna-
Xanax and try to eat mushrooms and get an effect.
If they help each other
Yeah, you
out,
can try.
cool
but they
beans.
don't.
You
But
can
not in
try.
this
Don't,
situation.
Then yeah.
No, it's pretty to stand alone because it's so bizarre, right?
Right.
It's such a jump that when you're back, you're back. It's
The
like
problem
you're
then,
there, now you're back. So now
would
you're
you
back.
would you want to be sober before you start it?
It don't. I mean, look,
Or
bro.
don't matter?
Yes, you would want to.
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Well,
the
like,
answer is yes. Like obviously, like
Which
you-
is not something I would be camping
that's
unless
the
it was
thing.
the
That's
first
the thing.
thing I
That's the,
did.
if I'm being honest, the
Yeah,
truth
that's why you
about
gotta start it. Like you eat your breakfast, chill out for a little
We're
bit,
there
and then at, like
when it's
noon.
daylight out, dude. And we have
Boom.
to get there like on a Thursday or Wednesday. No one else is there. Pop, pop, pop. We don't even have, we haven't set the tents up yet.
pop, pop, pop.
I don't even set the tent. I don't want to set up my tent first.
Nope. We're all pop ups at this point. You do it in 10 seconds.
Well, after 15,
You'll do it when other
minutes,
people
you're
are
back.
willing to help
Well, I just
you.
I want my tent set up so like after I'm back, if I want to go to lay down and think about what I just
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean,
Fell.
ideally, when you hit it, if you're gonna hit it real big and hard, you don't have to try to really break through, which is, in my opinion,
The whole point of it.
In my opinion, yes. But some people like to just get the little kaleidoscope, which is also
fun.
intense and fun as hell,
Strange.
and strange.
I
But
like getting that from mushrooms, like camping when I do enough, and like I'm sitting at the fire, and you get the kaleidoscope eyes, and it's like the fire in different places type of thing, and I can just sit there and be as content
You're
and
enthralled.
happy as can be, and it's just like I'm staring at a fire. Like,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah, there's something about fire, just
It
ever
really is.
constantly
Like
changing.
even sober, I can be like
No, mesmerized, yeah, for sure,
mesmerized,
for
and
sure.
stuck in it. Yeah, and then the other part that like for eating purposes, it's the most important thing. Most
Yeah.
people don't want to eat a bunch of raw food. We can,
No.
and I'll eat some raw food.
So I practice non-monogamy, right?
No, You?
So I practice non-monogamy. So a lot of people call it ENM, which is ethical non-monogamy,
Mhm.
but then that does imply that non-monogamy is unethical,
it does. at
right?
one point, yeah.
So I don't love the E, whatever. So anyways, there's sometimes that there's a lot of people, most people disagree with that, right?
Mhm.
That monogamy should be the way, and they care about it heavily. And the
Yes.
fact that I'm even doing something different
You're a heathen.
threatens them. Yeah,
Yeah, you're a
and-
heathen.
and it threatens their worldview. So sometimes, and a lot of times, people's examples of non-monogamy are messy. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like someone will be married in a monogamous marriage, right? Then they'll open up the marriage, right? And then a year later, the marriage will end, right?
Yep.
And then people that are against open marriages, they go, "Oh,
Or
look, that's
only
because they
know-
opened their marriage."
or open a just a little
but
bit
they,
of
but
their
they go,
shit.
but they go, that's because they're open. It's like, well, when
Wow.
all the monogamous people get divorced, no one's going. That's because they were monogamous.
Yeah.
No one, not once.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just funny that anytime someone who's poly splits up, it's like, oh, it's because they're
It's-
poly.
yeah.
But then when regular people, which
Split up,
most do,
it's-
split up, no one says
It's
a word.
because the man hit him.
I think that you can spit in someone's face that you love while your dick is in them. I really do. I know that for a fact.
I know that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
why
that's,
would you?
if they're into that, or if it's just the heat of the moment. You ever bite a bitch or spit in their mouth or anything?
I would never spit on or in a person.
Okay.
Like it's weird.
Well, then we're different people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
definitely. You never.
I would put my saliva on my penis to put it in a person.
What if she opened her mouth and was on her knees and wanted your
I'm
spit
not
in her
spitting
mouth?
on a fucking.
What if she wanted it?
Because it's gross and like
That's hot though.
Not to
If
him.
you
That's
say so,
dirty.
dog,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
say
You're
so.
spreading
Dirty
germs.
shit's
What's
hot.
hot is like fucking her.
You're like, what's hot
because
is
of
missionary vaginal sex. Hetero missionary vaginal sex between two
fucking-
people
a
who love each
woman
other.
Getting
Justin.
off is what's sexy, and spitting in her mouth, just like. There's no way for me not to
I guess
think
you're never
you
gonna get 'em
don't
to piss in
care
a
about
girl's mouth
yourself
either.
if that's what turns you on. Like I don't know
Why?
what life you live
What?
for like a guy to be like spit.
What does that have to do with their self care?
what is it? What doesn't it? Everything's connected, right?
Yeah,
like you're
but it's like-
one person.
Sure.
Right. So like if you're like, okay, in my most fucking pleasurable moment, I want you to spit
And
in my
and your most
mouth.
pleasurable moment is the thing is like when you're the horniest, you're like the least logical or sane. It's like, and the people who feel like they need to keep that reeled in because of some people's reactions might be like, ooh, that shit's gross. It's like you can't take what somebody says in a moment of extreme pleasure or extreme horniness and then use it when you guys aren't in that situation. Like if
Okay,
if she
that's fine,
says some
that's
shit
fine,
like that,
that's
and then
fine.
tomorrow you're at fucking the Olive Garden and you're like, you want me to spit in your mouth in front of this waiter? It's like, hey, we're not in that scenario.
That would be
And I don't think
uncool,
and
for
here's
sure.
the thing: if it's just the thing about desires is you don't really get to choose them. You know, you happen to be attracted to women
100%.
coming.
You're
You
right.
happen to be
You're
attracted
right.
to that.
You're right.
If you happen to be attracted to people spitting on you or kicking you or whatever the thing was, spanking you, whatever the thing is, fingering your ass, whatever your thing is, it would be not up to you. So it has nothing to do with your
I would
self-worth.
agree with that for the most part. I feel like part of me chose that like I wanted to be attracted to women coming
interesting.
because
That's
it
what
it
was-
validates me as like I don't know. I'm the other person in this fucking act. It's a 2-person act, right? And like in any situation, I want to be like if I'm not the best I can be, I want to be fucking above average. Like
Okay.
and so like where that comes from, I don't have a fucking clue. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? Maybe I never attained my parents' respect or something. It's something deep, right? But end of the day, like spit in someone's mouth, dog. Spit in someone's mouth is just weird. Like, look, again,
I'm not saying it's not weird.
if you want me
Just
to
don't
do
yuck
that,
someone's yum.
I'm not telling you I won't do it. I'm just saying that
I'm gonna
like,
judge you after it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I'll do it and then just not be able to look at you the same
Dude,
ever again.
If you listen, okay, you could argue that like it's very common for girls to be like choke me during sex for whatever fucking reason. Whatever. I would actually even argue back that like the one time that I had my full body thing was because I was doing some weird fucking thing and I was like technically not getting the full oxygen. I would argue that helped, but like
Asphyxiation, yeah.
But outside of that, I'm saying like you want to be choked if you don't express that it's because that you know you can get this other thing to it. I'm just thinking, you just like to just be dominated, or you just
And
like.
so
this-
what's wrong with that?
They're
Why is there a judgment to come with
not-
that?
Nothing necessarily
It
wrong
sounds
with
like
that.
there's
That's
a
how
heavy
society
But
judgment.
works.
well, now
Zero
you're
bit.
asked to do it. Now I'm asked to do it.
You
And
can
I'm-
say no. I can ask you to stand on your head. You can go no. You
That's
know?
Not when you're a
No,
people
you
pleaser,
can't.
like Mike
You
said.
can't. But if you want to please your partner, and I want to please my partner, which is that the situation is always I want to please my partner.
Right, but
It's
you're
never
too
not
rigid.
that.
Because you're like, I want to please my partner as long as they don't want me to spit in their mouth, as long as they don't want me to do anything I think is, you know what I mean?
Spit in your
That's
mouth's
where-
gross. Dude. There's
Well, like, there's
nothing
even
there.
worse.
There's
It is.
nothing you get from
Pissing
that.
in someone's
What if
mouth.
she's- what if she's
Because,
trying to
that-
suck your
you had
dick?
The Diddy trial.
Oh, right, there's
and
that-
that
there's
came
a
out
whole
canon.
world.
Cool. So you're right. I do judge, and if you want to be pissed in your mouth, I judge you.
Yeah,
If
Eddie,
you
don't
want
bring
to
up the
spit in
piss.
your
Eddie,
mouth,
come on, that's
I
not a great
judge you.
example for us
So
right now.
just don't fucking ask me to do it, and it's fine. But look, I will try to come to terms and like deal with it. But at the end of the day, I need
He
to know
still
why.
doesn't like it.
I need to know why of everything, and that's my fucking problem with the world. Like that's something I got to deal with.
The need
But
to
at the
know
end of
why.
the day, don't worry about that. That's up to me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
still,
yeah, I'm curious.
It's a fucking
I'm always
fair
curious.
fucking question.
Yeah, I'm always
why
curious.
the fuck do you want to get spit in your mouth? There's no fucking pleasure that comes from
For you.
foreign. No, fuck you.
He's getting
fuck
you.
you.
riled
Fuck you.
up right now.
Fuck you. There's no
How much alcohol
real.
you had?
There's no tangible pleasure
For you.
to come from a foreign liquid
you.
shooting into your mouth that has no fucking flavor.
For you.
What the fuck are we talking about?
In Mike's offense, it isn't odd.
Hey, if you like to get
is an
spit in your
odd
mouth, sound off in the comments.
Please.
It is an
Then we'll
odd
get some. Fuck.
fetish.
Yeah. No,
Well,
it's
I mean,
strange.
most fetishes
I get
are
it.
odd.
Right.
I'm
Right.
taking
That's
the
why they're
piss.
fetishized.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the,
But like he says, like it doesn't. It
I want
doesn't.
everyone to see though. Throw my hands up.
You can have
Walk it
some
out.
whiskey if you want, or
I've
scotch.
been drinking tequila. I don't know what I've been drinking.
But like it is like what I don't understand feet either with fetishes.
But
Some
that, it's
people
just
are in
their
it.
thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It's just I don't either. I mean, I'm not. Again, I'm not against them. I'm
Yeah.
not super into. But
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
into-
just
Can't
doesn't.
do the feet.
I don't have any specific fetishes.
Me
you know?
either. Really.
It's like
Like, there's nothing.
People ask, you know, and it's even like, what's your
nothing
favorite
crazy.
position? What's your favorite? It's like, I just want to be as present as possible and forget that anything else exists besides this moment right here.
Yeah.
That's my fetish.
You're such
But
a
you-
fucking romantic.
But that's the thing. Is people are
You're
like,
romantic, but you, yeah.
that's it, exactly. That's what's weird, right? There's this weird, you know, duality of
Yeah,
man where
dichotomy.
it's like, and that's why I don't like saying like have sex versus make love. Because to me, it's like it's all wrapped up. They call it sweet dicking. Sometimes they're like, you can't sweet dick these girls, or they'll
Yeah.
fall in love. It's like that's all I know how to do.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean necessarily slow, sensual, and soft, right? It can look like spitting in your mouth,
So you
as
can't
long as
then
Mike's not in the room.
Separate, yeah, you can't separate the two then either.
Oh no, oh, good question. Good question, bro.
You know, let's
That's
say
a
you
good
go
question.
to Amsterdam, red light district, random ass hooker in the window. You can't separate that. It's just this is sex.
Okay.
Or are you gonna try
good
to
question,
make
good que-
love?
Good question. Good question. I will say that like I in my mind know that separation.
Mhm.
I only kind of have sex a certain way,
Okay.
right? Which is to be so present, right? I'm reading that person, they're reading me, we're going back and forth, right? So it's like it might feel like I love her when I'm fucking her.
Yeah.
I know I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
She
I
knows
know
you
there's that
don't,
separate,
too.
right? That's what I'm saying. We know what's going on, but it's gonna feel
Yeah.
like a certain thing,
You
and that's why it
perform
can
the
be
act
misleading.
the same way, no matter who it is, even though your mentality might tell you
Yeah,
it's X or Y.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I need to hit
Songs-
up Amsterdam, dude. That's what I need to do.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I went there when the Ravens played in London, so we flew over, spent 3 nights there, and then 3 nights in London. And our hotel that we stayed in, or it was really like a townhouse, was a 3-minute walk from the red light district.
Oh, that's nice. And I also like
And-
that it was a townhouse
Yeah,
rather than a hotel.
awesome. And they're like, as a bar, you have to shut down 1 hour every 24-hour
to
period.
clean. It's like
So
a New
basically, like
Orleans
it's a
strip
row
clubs.
of bars. So like the first one will shut down at midnight,
Uh,
and all the other 4 are open,
Yeah, yeah.
and then this one shuts down at 2. This one reopens.
sliding
The
down.
rest. So you can party all night long, you know. And then the women are
it
in.
sounds miserable.
Yeah, it's horrible.
At 35, I'm just like, oh god, all night.
Yeah, I was a
like
little
the-
younger back then.
Yeah,
when we went.
I like to party and
you
go to bed
know.
around 8:30.
But window girls everywhere, whatever you want, any style
I would just be
woman.
out in the street jerking off at the windows. They
I
probably
mean,
have
it's
an issue
pretty
with
cheap,
that.
so like you should probably just go in.
Yeah, I could be scared
It
of
was-
human interaction.
Yeah, it was cheaper than what it would be to buy a shitty hooker here.
Yeah,
You know, like I think it
and
was
there's
like
such a difference.
$100.
There is such a difference
there's
between
dimes.
a shitty hooker and like good escort. There's just like such vast difference there.
Yeah.
Obviously, right? Yeah,
Yes.
but people who disagree with it always think of the toothless $20 hooker.
Yeah, the
And the people who do agree with it think about the $15,000 fucking a night, you know, escort.
yeah.
So it's interesting because it's
And
like
it's a
just
giant
mix.
world.
Yeah,
you know, and there's everything in between. Depending on how deep your pockets are, you go whatever way you want.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
and it's like one of the, it's recession proof. Sex, gambling, drugs, alcohol. There's things that human nature.
Yes.
It's
that's why,
recession-proof.
Like I'm pro legalizing it because it's going to happen no matter what. First off.
Yeah.
So if you can do it and make it safer for the women, I think that's good. And then you also,
I think you're the guy who put me on to the rub and tugs, dude. I got jerked off by so many old Asian ladies. If I just see an old Asian woman, I start to get
this
a
was
chubby.
before my wife and everything.
Oh, this is when we were
obviously.
children.
Yeah.
This is when we were 8, 9.
Okay, let's establish that now. Thank
We
you.
were kids.
You know,
We
young
were-
and dumb and full
we
of
were
cum.
mere
basically,
kids. But
you know?
yeah, dude, it's just like, I don't know how it couldn't be legal, but
But it should be.
I mean,
Because
look,
like you go over there, like
you
I
preach to the
remember, like you'd hear them like, you know, just like at restaurants and bars, because so there's normal work. So like you'd see them and you know that that's what they were, and they'd be talking, and it's like they'd get off 3 days a week, and they were making $150,000 a year, working 5 hours a day, like. They get tested every single day or once
Yeah.
a week and stuff like that.
that's the thing that's
and-
funny about the sex industry. It's actually usually cleaner than the non-sex industry
Yeah.
because they have to get tested. Same as the open community, like people who are doing that normally, who are
Yep.
mature and adults, are like having to do that pretty often.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, yeah, I don't have any paperwork for the past 10 years.
Exactly.
Please let me fuck you.
Yep. And then I also think like the guy, what are they called? They're not TERFs, the celibate, but like forced to. 'cause they're-
Incel.
Incel, yes. Like it would allow some of those to get off every once in a while, and that
Less
might
school shootings.
less school shootings,
Yeah.
less feminist murders and stuff. So it's like, I just think it's beneficial.
Maybe that
but,
guy who killed the King of the Hill guy, if he'd have just gotten jerked off recently, he wouldn't have done that, you know?
But I'm also pro legalization of most things. All drugs, I think, should be legalized.
Dude,
people are buying them. People are doing them.
So look. I've always been very that case, right? As far as which side I'm leaning on, it's leaning pro. Let people have the choice.
Yes.
Always, no matter which subject. Pick a subject. I'm pro-choice. You know.
Yeah.
Pick a subject. Pick one. Not the one though. Anything other but the one. You know. I can't publicly state on that, but also pro-choice. Dude, I know I'm getting old. I talked about the 7-hydroxy stuff. This is this like extract from kratom, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the feel good thing in kratom, like the one thing that's making you feel good. They've the scientists have hyper zoned in on that extract, which there's like 0.03% of or something in kratom, and they've extracted that to give you 100%. So instead of the 0.03, you get 100% of that, right? And I took it and got high, and I mean high, right? And I've been high for real. So like when I hear people say that they get gas station high or they get legally high, I'm always pretty skeptical.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That shit is legit, right? To the point where I'm like, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
If an 18-year-old kid just can walk in and get it, because it's like 17 times stronger than morphine, scientifically.
Jesus.
It binds to your opioid receptor 17 times stronger, harder than morphine, which is insane.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to me.
So it makes you feel better.
And here's the thing: it's like,
everything.
do I want that legalized? Do I want that to be illegal or prohibited? I don't know. It's like I do want people to have the choice. It's just kids, man.
You can legalize it for 18 and older. If we were to call adults 18,
it is now.
Yeah.
But you're right. So I guess
So
if they're
legally
technically
keeps
not
it away
selling
from
it to
the kid.
kids, right? That's interesting.
Not to say that people
they won't
aren't
get a hold of it.
going
Same as
to,
like
or
a gun law, right? It's the same argument. It's
edibles. You know,
Right.
I think most kids that are underage that try edibles just because their parents have them at their house and say,
Yeah.
go ahead and eat the gummy. It's Saturday night. You know,
I say just give the kids 7-hydroxy
and
instead of
let them
the
nod out on the couch.
Yeah, dude. You don't have to worry about checking on them all the time. Give them 2 or 3 tabs of 7-hydroxy, right? Pick not a small, not a tiny one, but a bigger dresser drawer, like one of the big ones, the deep ones. Put the baby in there. Baby's sleeping, not dead. You check on it, make sure it's breathing. Put the baby in there. 3-4 hours, you come back.
There's probably no drug test for it, so
Yeah.
if something does
that's
go
a good
wrong,
point
you're
too. There
fine.
probably isn't. Yeah, there probably is no way to even test for that yet.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, like for workplaces, I bet
Right.
you it's a way for people
Yeah,
to
or
get
kids
around
in
that.
drug class, right? Who got caught. That was the thing. I got caught up when I was young, and they made me go to drug class, and weed stays in my system long as hell.
Dude, it's
Perks
so,
and cocaine
it's
stay in
so
my system.
fucked up how long weed
Yeah.
stays in your system.
Yeah, it's like
compared to
science
the
wants me to
hard
get
drug.
high. It's like science
the
just wants me.
softest drug in the world stays in there.
Your body's
forever,
like,
but-
give me that.
Yeah, but like you said, you do something hard, and you get what 3 to 5 days, and it's out of you.
Yeah. I mean,
You
that's
know?
what I've heard. I've never actually done drugs, but I mean, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of documentaries and
Versus
stuff.
weed, yeah. People say 30, but I know like when I was younger and I had to get clean for work purposes, the one time it took me 72 days
Jesus
of not
Christ.
smoking before I actually pissed clean.
Well, they make that dehydrated urine.
Like the cans that you could.
No, not the ones you drink. The ones that you can buy. It's just piss powder. So if you go to any smoke shop, right?
Yeah, so I was in a situation because of who I worked for that I wasn't going to risk any
Yeah.
potential failure. So I did it the right way. Like I can understand doing that. Like depending
Oh,
on the
you're
job.
saying to cheat it or
Yes.
versus to just
my
be
dad
clean.
owns the company I was
Yeah,
working
yeah,
for.
yeah.
God forbid I get caught cheating on a drug test.
Yeah.
And then he's embarrassed as the owner of the company that his son.
Sure.
So I wasn't going to risk.
Yeah, I mean,
it
really,
for the respect
the
of
way to
him.
do it is to stop smoking for a month, right?
And that's
But if you
Yeah, I know.
if you have that attitude,
what really
about
happened
it, or
was I
if
got
you get-
hooked on spice for the months that I was getting
Yeah, exactly.
clean.
You had a worse habit, exactly.
Yeah, I got on a bunch of random chemicals
Yeah.
instead of the one that.
But if
nature
you go to
made
any
for me.
Dad.
If you go to any smoke shop and ask them for dehydrated piss, they usually have it. It's a little piss powder. It comes with the test tube, with a temperature strip on it.
Yep.
Comes with the little heating pads. And if you just keep that in your glove box, let's say you fucking kill your coworker with the forklift by accident, and they're like, "Hey, accident, you need to go get tested." Bam, you got it right there.
Yeah,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically, of course.
Thanks for
None of
coming,
this
dude.
is
Love you. We didn't even
for-
talk about your vasectomy.
Yeah.
I gotta check
It
my
fucking
phone.
hurts. No matter what people tell you, it does fucking hurt.
I have heard it
It is
doesn't.
totally worth it in the long run.
Why is it worth
everyone's
it? What do you get to do after?
Unlimited cream pies, baby.
I just wanted you to.
My
word
wife
it.
even
I just
bought
wanted you
me.
to have to say that.
She even bought a thing of oatmeal cream pies and covered up oatmeals and put unlimited on there. Yeah, she made
That's
me a bunch
incredible.
of. She made me a bunch
That's
of
incredible.
snacks. So like,
Bro, that is so funny.
one was like a
Good for
bag of
her.
Lay's chips, and it said worry-free Lay's. Chocolate covered raisins, raisin no more kids.
Wow.
Unlimited cream pies.
got the
Goldfishes,
picture? 'Cause
no
we can
more
put the-
swimmers.
We can put the picture up if you got a picture.
I do have a
He
picture.
probably
I'll send it
does,
to
yeah.
you. But she made me a nice little like
That's
snack
pretty
thing
funny.
with some really
I
fun
love that.
puns.
That's pretty
Me
funny.
too. It made my day because
It's mindful and
that first
yeah.
day, literally, I was.
How
it
many
was
times do you
miserable.
have to come before it counts?
20. You got to get 20 of them
20
out.
comes?
That's what they
3
tell
days.
you.
That's
They tell
3
you
days.
20 or 3 months, or like I guess a time
God
period would all
damn.
should do it.
I'm gonna take
But
the
you can
20
knock
back.
20 out
I'm
as
gonna-
fast
How
as you
soon
want.
can you do the first one after the surgery?
That's how brave
1
you
week.
are.
Yeah, it is how brave you are. But they say 1 week with the paperwork, and that's what I waited because like it hurt me for 7 or 8 days afterwards.
balls are- maybe I
Most
got a
people
vasectomy
are
when I was
like
sleeping or
3
something.
days. For me, it was 8. And that first day after the surgery was so bad. Like if I stood up for more than 7 minutes, I felt like I was going to pass out.
Mm.
So that like the first day was rough.
Yeah. that sounds
So
pretty
if
bad.
someone's like, "Oh, it didn't hurt," like there's certain things this menu can lie about, how much money you make or all this
There's all
shit.
kinds of
But
things
when
they
it
lie
comes to
about.
your dick, don't fucking lie
Don't
about
lie
it.
on your dick.
Hold
Now, did you get
on.
this done subterranean or this was
No,
above?
above ground.
okay.
Insurance
There's
paid
levels
for
to
it.
shit, and this kid can
even had a
sit
Chinese
for like
doctor.
a 12-hour tattoo.
Yeah, I can
You're
sit through
not-
12 hours
That's
Yeah.
not
too.
the,
So
yeah.
my
so,
pain
like,
level isn't subpar.
Right.
It's at
That's a good point.
least average
so,
or
like,
above.
Why don't
sitting
you
for
chill
12
the
hours of
fuck out
tattoos.
for a second? A lot of people can't go for 12 hours in a tattoo, and I mean, this is like the sensitivest area.
Dude,
like,
the
yeah.
it's
4
tough.
needles to numb it up were
4 needles to numb it up.
2 on each side.
How does it only take 1 or 2
And
to do my
I'm
mouth,
like,
but
I had
4 to do
nitrous
your
oxide,
dick?
and I'm Darth
I
Vader
know
in that
your
shit.
dick ain't that big.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And it's
yeah.
just like miserable. But because of nitrous oxide, I was in that like goofy mood afterwards. So the assistant,
We should get some Galaxy gas.
we should. The assistant was like, "Do you need tape for I guess the people that are pretty well
Our
endowed and they
brains are
got to
fully
tape their
formed.
dick up so they can do the surgery." And the assistant's like, "Do you need tape?" And the doctor was like, "No." And I was like, "I got a tiny dick." And both the doctor and the assistant started laughing at me.
Oh, interesting. Because the doctor looked at your dick and goes, "Now we're good.
Yeah.
We're not gonna need any extra
There's no
supply."
tape on this. We're fine. It's good.
That's fun.
That's
That's
but
fun.
difference growers and showers, But yeah, I was so high on nitrous oxide that I was just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's perfect.
I'm small.
That's what they want anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, it's rough. Don't let anyone tell you that.
I might go ahead and get one in the next week or two. I also might have kids in the next week or two, so who knows,
Yeah,
I'm just up in the air. I'm undecided.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Vasectomies are reversible, so if you get one and you change,
Yeah,
you could.
but
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. I
Just
don't-
knowing going
They
through
say
it
they
was
are.
rough. I can only imagine
Well,
putting it
tattoos
back
tough,
together.
But taking them off is way worse. So it might be the same type of deal.
That is true.
Might be the same type of deal.
It
Getting
is.
it done, not so bad. Well,
I need to
it was
get one
bad.
taken off just so I can see how bad it truly is.
You should. Or just have them to take. Yeah.
I got this stupid one on my leg right here that I either want covered or taken off, so
Mm.
work on that.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I want to cover it with.
Dog is not that bad. It's really not that bad.
I just had a horrible
one
tattoo, but
removed?
it's not me.
Oh, you mean the
Oh,
tattoo?
that
The
tattoo's
tattoo
not
itself.
that bad.
Got it.
It's a little rope with an anchor, and
What was
I'm
the-
not a sea person. I
Okay,
don't
but
get on
real
boats
quick,
and
it
shit.
was a vending machine, correct?
correct.
What was the you had it? Okay, so you got that the first. You had a
No,
second choice.
So technically, first I got a $250 gift card.
Okay.
Awesome. And then I respun and I got this sun with like really feminine eye features and like rosy red cheeks.
On the sun, on the face.
On the
of it.
face of the sun. Like
Okay.
kind of Teletubby. So I was
I
like,
don't
I'm
know,
not.
dude. I don't
I-
know. As gay as it sounds,
Caroline still says like I should have just stuck with that.
Shoulda got
'cause
the
then she's
sun.
like, you could have got like the Thug Life sunglasses, the pixelated ones, and just put that on there, and you would have been fine. And I was, you should have told me that night, but I chose
Could it
not
be
to.
a noose?
Respun, and then I got this
Could it
one.
be a noose? Let me see.
I was gonna say you can turn it around.
It might be.
Yeah, I mean, you shove a person's head, it'd be upside down.
Right,
obviously.
put somebody's head in it.
Cover this whole area.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
about
most of my skin. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if tattoos were free, I would probably have almost all of me. Not all of them.
I don't know if I want to get my neck done.
I'm not
already,
allowed to
like-
do face, neck, or hands.
Hey, thanks for
Hold
coming on. I
on.
love you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Send this.
Love you.
Goddamn. If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself.
Damn.